This season, a new hot deal has arrived at Metro. $25 a line for 4 lines with all the data you need and 4 free Samsung Galaxy A15 5G phones. Getting Metro's best deals is easy. No ID required, no activation fees. Get a new number or keep your own. It's up to you. That's 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 free phones. Visit a store or go online today. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
When you join Metro Plus Tax, for a limited time and subject to change. Max 1 offer per account.
I knew it. Another Herdat Media production.
Good morning, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
How's your hotel stay?
A little peaceful, a little nice. I don't come home till tomorrow.
I just would hate being in like a hotel.
I actually think you would like it because like when you work all day, because it's not like I'm just here all day doing nothing. I work and then when I come back, it's just like you could just come to your room and do whatever you want. It's so nice. And you have like no one to answer to.
That's true. Well, we wanted to do a traitor.
Yeah, traitors.
Yeah, you did a really good job, and I forgot to acknowledge that when I was listening to it. But I watched episode 9, and I was shook at. And I know so many of you guys were like, "Please recap it. We need to talk about what went down on episode 9."
Oh, yeah. I was dying, you guys. Like, it was not okay. I was so shook. I did not expect that whatsoever. But I think we have to give credit to these game players. They're freaking nuts and crazy. Like, I just don't know how, like, all day they're thinking like this.
So what essentially happens is finally Caroline and Danielle go at it. And at the mission, the traitors had to answer questions on how to kind of trip everyone out. And where Caroline messed up was they said,
Wait. No, we have to go back to the beginning, okay? Because you're not gonna mess up my traders recap because
okay, go ahead. I was waiting for you.
Yeah. So we get to we're in the turret, and we saw this last episode too, but we basically like we see what they end up like agreeing to, and because I want to know your take on this is that Danielle was really wanting to bring a traitor in, and Caroline was like no, because Danielle wanted to bring her best friend. And Carolyn's like, do you think I'm stupid? Do you think that was a dumb move for them to just kill somebody and not bring somebody in?
I think no matter what, they should have brought someone in. I understood Caroline's hesitation about Brittany because at the end of the day, Danielle is, I get it's like being a game player, but it's also like being kind of shitty. And I feel like Danielle is someone who would no matter what go against her and she ended up doing it regardless, but if Brittany came in the picture. So I get not doing that, but they should have still recruited someone.
Yes, I thought so too. I thought it was so
right.
Yeah, like I thought it was so dumb. It's like, your numbers are dwindling and, people are not suspecting you, Caroline. So like if you did bring someone in, eventually maybe they would go after her. But in this moment, it's like you just need to take it day by day and try to stay as long as day by day.
Well, do you think that they should have Caroline should have just like bit the bullet and brought Brittany?
No, I would have said let's do Gabby. I think Gabby would have been the perfect choice. People were suspecting her a little bit, and she's like not like 100% faithful, and so I just brought Gabby in.
Yeah. I think she would have been a good one too. Even bringing like Dylan or Dolores to spice things up would have been crazy.
I think, especially with the whole, the boys but the thing is though, everyone kept saying the boys are not traitors. So if they brought Dylan in, no one would look his way because they all think he's a faithful. So Dylan would just end up winning because no one thinks that.
Yeah, that's true too. But I also think it's like they're just kind of selfish that they want to win so badly that they don't want to bring anyone else. And I'm like, this is not the way to play at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, I was disappointed in Caroline in that. And then I think that just goes to show where her demise was this episode. I thought it was smart that they ended up killing a boy because again, everyone keeps saying no boys are traitors. So at that point they already know it. So they ended up killing off Sam. And
why do I feel like I didn't see Sam's exit talk? Did you see it?
No, he did. He said that like he basically says like, you know, I was getting onto them, you know, starting to open up, and like that's what he basically said.
Okay, because I was like, I feel like I didn't see that at all, but
You know, one thing I want to talk about before we get really into this episode, because Chriselle went on Caitlin Bristow's podcast. Okay.
you're obsessed with Kershell.
Oh my gosh, no, you guys, because no, but our listeners are the ones that sent me this, because this was the craziest thing. Because all of my recap, I kept saying, I don't understand how they're not suspecting Danielle. Like, how are they not expecting her? How are they not like saying things more about her? Like, why is she flying under the
Yeah.
Yeah, so she ends up saying, Chriselle ends up saying that they cut this completely out of every episode. Danielle, dirty Danielle, I'm going to call her dirty Danielle now because this is nasty and you're going to die what she did. She went to everybody and swore on her grandchildren's life that she's not a traitor.
Yeah, that's what Sierra said. Sierra came out and said, I don't respect Danielle's play no matter what, because she was out here swearing on her children's life, swearing on all that stuff. And to me, like, people can give Danielle credit and be like, she's playing a game, but no, she's a dirty person. Because
Yes.
anyone who can just swear on their kids, like what did Bob the Dragon do? Like, he was like, I swear on God. And then he came out there and he was like, and I don't believe in God. And it was like, okay, well, there we go. Like, I figured he was gonna say that. Like, I knew he was gonna say that because he doesn't seem like a dirty person who would do that. Danielle absolutely seems like a dirty person, but to do it on her children and grandchildren, like, if I were the parents of those people, I'd be like, don't ever use my kid's name for you to win some money and to be a dirty, bad person and a liar.
Yeah, this goes beyond a game. Like, this goes way beyond a game to sit there and swear. Like, your actions still matter, and like what you're saying and what you're putting out in the universe still matters, even though you're playing a game, a quote unquote game that's really with real people.
Yeah, no, that is sick. And that's literally why Chriselle said, Sierra came out and said, I will never respect her game. She was the dirtiest person because she did that.
That's so funny. I didn't hear Sierra say that. So like, I'm glad they're all saying it, but Chriselle said it to Caitlin, and like Caitlin's mouth was dropped, and like, and like, that makes so much sense. Like, that makes so much sense now, that maybe why, you know, because if someone came to me, Roxanne, and was like, I swear my grandchildren and children's life, I would literally be like, no one would do that. No sick person would do that.
But that kind of pisses me off that Peacock decides not to air it, though. Because it's like, why are we not airing that? Why? I mean, it should be painted in that way, because a lot of people are like, everyone keeps saying Danielle must be a traitor. So why would you not air that to get context on why no one's made a move on her yet?
100%. Yeah, it was definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. And then, so then we get to the breakfast, okay? And that's when they find out, obviously, Sam is. But then this is where I think Dylan is really smart, and he always has been smart. But he then starts to say to himself, okay, this is someone now that trusts me. Like, this is one of my close friends. And he's like, the reason I'm still here, because he knows he's a good game player. So he starts thinking, the reason I'm still here is because I trust this person so much that they kept me here, because like, I wouldn't suspect that. I'm not going to suspect them. Didn't you think that was smart that he started to think like that?
I think everything he does, honestly, is brilliant. I mean, I think he is someone who has studied every single game possible. He's watched every game. Chanel, he's like us, like as kids, like watching The Challenge, Survivor, all that stuff. So, I mean, we didn't watch Survivor, but he does. So, I just think that he is so fucking smart, and he's right, because Danielle and Caroline love him both. And so they haven't gone for him, and he's someone who is actually really smart, but he hasn't ever said their name. So they feel good. They feel like, and that's why, you know, what's so funny. Oh, well, we'll talk about this at the end about Dolores, but
yeah, because I think her too, like, she kind of, and it's a credit to their game, because they've also been smart to fly under the radar and really be, you know, close to these people, because it really helps them at the end of the day. Like, look how they're not getting murdered, because, you know, they're acting like friends. So, you know, and I always thought this too, that like, you can suspect someone, but you don't have to say their name, you know, all the way until the end, because you're playing, like, now you're getting really close. So like, you know, even if I suspected 100% someone, I wouldn't even say their name to them until the very, very, very end. But, you know, he kind of did, though. He goes and tells Gabby, you know, that, oh, and by the way, Gabby, I didn't give her that much credit. Gabby's the funniest girl ever. Like, if you ever go on her Instagram, Roxanne, she is hilarious. I don't know if you ever. Yeah, she's like, all her reels, everything. She's so funny. But he goes to Gabby and goes, I don't think you're a traitor anymore. I think it's someone I'm like really close to. And like in her confessional, she goes, see guys, the boys always come back. They
I'm not.
always come back.
I didn't even realize that she did that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's really funny. So she goes, these boys, like her voice is so funny. But yeah, so Dylan starts telling even Caroline, I think it's Danielle, like in this episode, they're going after Danielle. I'm like, hell yeah, they're going after Danielle. They're going after Danielle. Everyone is like starting to think it. But then we get to the challenge. We get to the motherfucking challenge.
I swear that was really fucking bad, dude.
Oh my gosh. So we like you said, the night before, the traitors get to pick the answers. So, they ask questions like, who do you think is the biggest snake? Who do you think is this? And so they get to pick the answers. And why was this was like her demise of the game. Why was Caroline not thinking smart in this? Like, why do you think she was, why do you think she was playing the way she was playing during this challenge?
She's been so strategic. She's been so smart. No one suspected her. Obviously, she's like super paranoid because of the whole Danielle thing. And there's so like little people now that she probably got in her head. But for her to effing say, nobody listens to me and like be so loud and all of a sudden vocal. And Danielle's like, I'm loving this. I'm loving that she's doing this. And she's being loud and vocal and all that stuff. And then in one of the questions, they asked the traitors, like, who doesn't listen to like one of you?
Yeah, like who's not too vocal? And she like volunteers herself.
But then throughout the episode, before they even ask that question in front of all the faithfuls, she's literally sitting there talking about how no one listens to her. And I'm like, what are you doing right now? And Danielle's like, I'm loving every aspect of this.
The biggest dumb thing too was that like they picked Tom as a wolf pack, which that's so laughable. And they did it to throw it off. But then why would Caroline, because Tom thinks he's everything. Tom thinks he's a wolf pack. Tom thinks he's a leader. Tom thinks he's the biggest threat. So like he kept voting for himself because he's literally like, he's a narcissist. But why would Caroline then say, oh, I think it's Tom too. I think it's Tom too. And no one thought that. Literally no one thought that, but they let them, go ahead and do it. And it really was Tom. So that's like right away when Dylan was like, dude, it's Caroline. Like she's a traitor. How does she know that?
Yeah, no, that was so bad how she was acting. I think that she was really just so scared.
Yeah, no, she played her cards way too wrong in this game. She was way too vocal. She never was like this. Like this whole season, we barely see her talking. And yeah, then we get to the banishment, really. Oh, I forgot about one part when like Danielle's going up to Brittany and like crying to her. Like, why is she acting this way? Like, I thought Brittany did something to Danielle in another show and like ruined her.
Well, but they were on the same show though. So, I mean, they like have created this alliance with each other and have become best friends and stuff. So, I mean, it's just your comfort. Like, like you're not going to play like Johnny and Wes. Like, even though they were rivals, like if it came down to it, they would play with each other.
Because the way she cries and is like hugging her and she's like feeling so guilty. I'm like, she's like, I just need her by my side. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is too much.
She's unhinged. Like she's like the trolls on social media. Like she's unhinged. Like I don't know how anyone can defend her. And again, the reason being because like some people will be like, oh, well, this person played dirty. This person played a great game. No, it's like once you get to a point where every single person on the cast is saying she would constantly swear on this person's life, like something is wrong with you. Like you know this is a game, right? This is and that's your real life.
Yeah, like what kind of Satan is this? Like what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think about them just randomly bringing like Poverty and Kate? Like, did they really have to fly to like Ireland to do this just for 1 second?
I wondered about that where I was like, man, that must be a lot of money for them to do that. But yeah, like they flew them in and they do like weird stuff like that. But I'm like, it's definitely not a necessary thing. But I guess,
They even sniffed out Carolyn too. They were like, dude, because like, I think they did. I thought they made a comment about it because
they did make a comment.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh my gosh, you really like played such a silly game. And but yeah, we get to the round table, you guys, and it's traitor versus traitor. And so, they go off on Caroline starts first. She kind of goes off Danielle about the whole lying thing. That's all she really had. But like, to me, it's like, why weren't you as prepared? You kind of knew that maybe she was going to do this. Why were you as prepared? And so all she had was to tell Dylan, like, you know me, like, you know that no one listens to me. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, we have to give credit to Danielle because she had a way better argument. She came in with like all of her facts. She came in with everything that she could have. And
what if I told you that eating healthy didn't have to mean meal prep, grocery shopping, or spending hours in the kitchen? That's exactly why I love Factor. Their fresh, never frozen meals are crafted by chefs and approved dietitians so you can enjoy delicious, nutritious food with zero effort. I'll be honest, before Factor, I used to struggle with making balanced meals. I'd either spend too much time cooking or end up grabbing something not the best or not that healthy just because it's quick. But Factor has completely changed that for me. Now I just open the fridge, heat up a meal in 2 minutes, and boom, gourmet, restaurant quality food that fits my goals. With over 40 menu options, including keto, protein plus, and calorie smart, sticking to a healthy routine has never been easier. And it's not just meals. Factor has amazing smoothies, snacks, and breakfast to keep you fueled all day. I just had the spicy turkey poblano bowl, and while it was packed with flavor, had the perfect amount of heat and spice. You guys know I love spicy food. And honestly, the best part, no chopping, no dishes, just great food and fast. So take the stress out of eating healthy. Go to factormeals.com/TRH50 off and use code TRH50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's TRH off at factormeals.com/TRH50 off for 50% off and free shipping on your first box.
They all listened and they all voted Carolyn, and she obviously, was a traitor, and she went out there and they were all shocked. And then Danielle did the dumbest thing that she like falls to the floor and like shaking. Like, I literally want to kick her.
Okay. Well, I have to say this. I was shocked of Caroline's lack of preparation. Like, I don't understand this because Danielle went into it. Caroline knew they told her like your name is going to be said. So she knew. She's like, I'm not even going to think. I'm just going to go after Danielle. What she could have brought up is the fact that Danielle cries for every single fucking person, got rid of her friends, had to cry at the end, probably out of guilt. How come like no one's mentioned the shield? How come no one's mentioned how she gave she was confident enough to give Dolores the shield? I believe that Dolores knows that Danielle is shady as F because in the game, Dolores was like, well, you were really vocal about Tom to Caroline. And even when Dolores got the shield where Danielle's like, I'm going to give it to you, Dolores in her confessional was like, I don't know why Danielle would do that. And there was just so many opportunities for her to be like, Danielle is shady. Plus every single one of you guys have suspected Danielle. So if you guys are all suspecting Danielle, and then today you guys are randomly suspecting me, who do you think is more guilty? Like, look how she acts. And, Danielle made a good point where she was like, you're a silent assassin. And
she came out with that, like, so hard.
And then Caroline could have been like, and your tears is all bullshit. Like, no one gets that attached from the first day crying every single time. Like, you're fucking unhinged. Like, I would have went off. Like, she had no argument. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like, she had no case against Danielle. That I too would have voted for Caroline. And she was so heartbroken that Dylan went for her. But it was like, of course he went for you. And here's why Dolores is smart in life. Like, she really is so damn smart because just like how she plays Switzerland in The Real Housewives of New Jersey, she's doing the same thing here. And she's like very likable amongst the cast because of it. Like, everyone trusts her because she deep down knows that it's either Danielle or it's either Caroline. And they all said it's a girl for sure. But despite knowing that, she's still throwing it at Tom, knowing that Tom is absolutely a faithful and knowing he's not going to get out. So there's no like blood on her. So she really is so damn smart how she's playing this game because they try to tackle all the housewives. She's the last one standing and she's very far.
Yeah, I didn't respect that she was doing that in the beginning. Like, I would get annoyed because like, don't throw away your vote. But now it's like
look, it's not this far.
Yeah, like what you said, it's like really like helping her because like she just wants to go after him. Like, she like, even if she doesn't really want to go after him, it's like that's who she's gonna throw her vote on.
Yeah, like if I were. And also, like, if I were Caroline and Danielle, I would have for sure, without a doubt, brought someone who everyone thought was a faithful as a traitor to like mess up their game.
Yeah, but like that's not going to do you any good because no one looks at them at that point. You need to bring someone in that has a little sus.
Yeah, right.
But also I like with Danielle, like when they all get to the round table, like none of them really knows how to argue as much. But I would have been like, okay, you guys, if you think I'm a traitor, let's get Danielle out first, and then you can get me out next week or something. Like that's what I would say. Just to like, I was like, let's look at her first. We've always been looking at her. Let's do her first, and then I don't know. I just think it was.
But here's the thing: they literally ended up saying that felt like Bob versus Rob.
Yeah.
And yeah, go ahead.
No. Go. I was saying, yeah, like I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, so they end up saying Bob versus Rob. So once they say that, we're all kind of like, okay, good. They are for sure seeing that, the same exact thing. So I think that Danielle will be targeted next week, even though, we also have to talk about, so I think Danielle will definitely be targeted next week. And if she isn't, they are all crazy because when everyone, there's like extra clips where people find out who the traitors were, and no one's really surprised by Danielle. So if Danielle gets this far, knowing that no one is surprised and everyone's suspecting her, like I'll never understand that.
I know, like it's funny to watch the reactions because like no one like maybe they're a little shocked, but no one's as shocked as when they see Caroline's name. So it's like that's what makes me so sad because she was really playing the best game, and I don't know what the hell happened to her that she messed up this bad. But
Right.
yeah, even Brittany, when I think Gabby's the one that said like that was like a Rob versus Bob situation, and Brittany was kind of like, yeah, definitely, like she's starting to like know, and then when she gets the letter, she like knows that she's going to be probably recruited. She doesn't know for sure. And she kind of said that if Danielle is a traitor, she goes, that's such a like obvious, stupid move, kind of. Is that what she said that, right? She said something like obvious and like silly.
Yeah, Britt said that, yeah.
Yeah, and so, but like it is. So we're gonna see her reaction. And I thought so too, but like she also is being loyal to her, so it's like be grateful.
I don't know, like with Danielle picking Britt, it's like I feel like Danielle is trying to have Britt be her BFF, and like it's like that one friend that I don't know how to explain it, that you just like want to love you and be obsessed with you. And it's like Danielle's like way more invested in the relationship than Britt is. It's a lot. So
Brittany's gonna betray her again, I'm telling you.
yeah, I hope that she does. And I think that she will, because everyone's going to suspect. And even Britt said, like, I do think, I've been close with Danielle, but Britt even also said, I think that Danielle might be it too. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that was a crazy ass episode. I will say. I did want to also talk about something else. Karen Huger is getting sentenced tomorrow, and she, Chantal, that she ended up having 4 DUIs.
4? I thought it was 3.
No, she had 4, and prosecutors confirmed that.
Oh my, 4 is wild.
Yeah.
So she's older, which I get, but still, no, like it's crazy.
Well, so she's arguing that the stress of losing her parents and having to provide responsible leadership on the Real Housewives of Potomac, this is coming from Jay's reality blog, led her to take more antidepressants, which she believes played a role in her DUI. Her lawyers also reveal she woke up drenched in sweat from withdrawals of antidepressants just days after taking her last dose. Bro.
Okay, that's still not saying sorry, like, and saying, like, and owning up to your facts.
She has, like, an accountability issue. Like,
who's her lawyer here?
I know. She literally cannot take accountability at all. She took this shit to trial, got exposed, and she's still not taking accountability. She's still shifting blame. At the end of the day, you still were drunk. You still decided to drive and drink. Whether you're on antidepressants or not, you still decided to do that for the 4th time when you're capable of getting Uber. And then for you to say, like, it's because you had to leave Potomac, it's basically blaming Bravo and saying the pressure of Bravo got me to this point, which Bravo's not going to like.
There's no way that the judge is going to feel bad for her. The judge is going to go hard.
No, she's done. She is done. Like, she is so effed. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. Like, she is... That's it. She's going to jail. And I wouldn't be shocked if she goes for a really long time.
Like, you think more than a year?
Yeah, I really do. Because here's the thing, before you take this stuff to trial, you could get with, prosecutors and you come up with a deal. Yeah, you do a plea deal where you say, I'm guilty, but we'll only give you 6 months. And they're like, no, I'm going to show them. And that's exactly what she did. And then she ended up firing her attorneys, which makes absolutely no sense that she ended up doing, like, cause she's like trying to blame them. Like, and that's the thing. She shifts blame on everyone else. She's now trying to blame her attorney. And it's like, you obviously told your attorney, we are going to go to trial because you said on the show, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to trial. So you believe this. I just can't stand. Karen's giving very much Blake Lively. She is shifting blame, taking zero accountability, trying to, paint the picture of something else that just didn't happen with a history of what they have. And it's too much.
Definitely crazy. I wish her some luck. It's just sad, like just to see anybody like go there and stuff like that. But, she definitely needs to do some time for her crimes.
Yeah, we did have to touch on that, but to be continued. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. We'll be back with Beverly Hills, so stay tuned. We'll have a Beverly Hills recap. I know that you guys love our Beverly Hills recap, so we will be back with that. But we wanted you guys were asking us about episode 9, and Chantel was coming off about it and said we have to. So we just wanted to do a quick.
And I was supposed to do this with my friend Alex, and I literally told him to write notes, but then I got so busy at your house when I was watching your kids that I couldn't even do it with him.
Oh no! And did he write notes?
I think so. I had to text him and say sorry.
Oh, that's so sad.
No, but it's just, again, I know it's I know people would bend for our schedules too, but sometimes it's just so hard to coordinate. Like with you and I, it's like we wake up early, we do it at night. It's like we just know. So it's just
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have a great day, Chantel.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.